Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini. I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
I'm Dana.
I'm Danny.
Danny!
Danny.
Welcome, Danny. First
Finally.
time.
Hello.
When Daniel moved back in this house after college, I said, well, you're going to have to earn your keep by coming on the podcast. And that was like a year ago.
Yeah.
He finally made it on.
He did it. He had 1 year.
Yep.
He's the third Daniel that we've had on this year, too.
Yeah, because we had
Yeah.
Dan, and Dan.
And lots of Brians and Dans.
Lots of Brians and Dans.
But only one Jason.
And one Dana.
You don't want another Jason.
The only other Jason I know is a serial killer.
Yeah. What did we watch this week? Dana, you want to kick it off with something?
Sure. I, at the recommendation of Tara, watched a cartoon on HBO Max called Smiling Friends.
Great.
Is that
Did you see
watch
it?
that?
Yeah, I do.
Is that
I watched-
Is that with Mike Buschetti? Is he in that?
I have no idea.
It's on Adult Swim, right?
It's an Adult
It's
Swim one, right?
HBO Max. I don't
Yeah.
know. I just saw it on HBO.
I think Adult Swim's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
What's it
Yeah.
called again?
Smiling Friends.
I've seen commercials for it.
It's these guys, things. They're not people shaped. They're thing shaped. Who like they get hired to make people smile. I guess I've watched 2 episodes so far,
Yeah.
and that's
Have you
their
watched it
job.
all?
I've watched a lot of it.
Smiling
Yeah.
Friends?
Yeah,
Mike
Smiling
Buschetti.
I don't. Who's Mike Buschetti? Is he?
It's a dude we tried to get on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
How are they able to, like, nail
He's
him
in
down?
season 2, episode 2, Mr. President. He's in that episode. Let me see what his character
okay.
is.
Okay. I'm not in season 2. I'm only in season 1. But Tara recommended. She's like, "Oh, I came across this show." So Ashley and I watched 2 episodes together, and I liked it. Ashley
plays
was
President
like, "This
Jimbo.
is weird," but it's pretty funny. I
He
don't know.
plays
I
the
liked
president.
it. Okay.
President Jimbo. So whenever you get to President Jimbo,
Yeah.
that's Mike Buschetti, and we can
Okay.
have him on the podcast.
All right. I watched 2 episodes of Tires.
I finished Tires.
Okay.
Michelle and I finished Tires
Yeah.
also.
Well, I have to watch it by myself because Tara has 0 interest and will not watch it.
Oh,
but
it's so
she
funny.
watched Smiling Friends.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
know.
so weird. Like,
I know.
And these are 20-minute episodes. She couldn't just like, I'll check it out.
And then when I was scrolling, it came up to Shane, whatever his name is. It came up to special. He's like, "Oh, that's that guy." I was like, "Yeah, it's that guy." She's like, "Oh,
Did you watch any
he's
of it,
funny."
Dan?
Yeah.
Did you watch all of it?
I think, because I know
It's only 6 episodes,
I watched
yeah.
a lot of it with you.
Oh, okay.
And then I
Were
think
you-
Logan watched it, and I watched some with him. So I think I saw all of it not in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
It's very funny.
I didn't know. Do any of them have ties to that area, the Valley Forge area?
Shane
Shane
Gillis
Gillis.
is from
Oh,
Philly.
he is. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a bunch of things you guys will not care about. One of them being Bridgerton, which so good so far.
Michelle's watching that too.
Oh,
like
so
it came
good.
up on our
That show
continue
seems like
watching
it
thing. I
happens
was
so
like,
fast. It ends and then it's already a new season.
Yeah,
feels like they do it
I feel like
fast.
they take too long.
no special effects.
Yeah, no,
It's
there's
just to wear,
no
like,
spe-
it's just to wear costumes.
The costumes have got to be and the hair have got to be the biggest part. But and then I watched a Lady Gaga concert movie, and then I watched a Shakira concert movie.
God damn.
Shakira was actually
When
really
you
good.
say concert movie, you just mean like a
Well,
concert, right?
Lady
Like
Gaga's was just straight concert.
Okay.
Shakira had in betweens like I fast forwarded through all that. I don't like those kinds of things in concert movies.
You don't like when they talk in between?
No.
I don't like that either.
Fast
I
forward.
just want to see the concert.
I want to see the show.
Oh, I like when like Ringo Starr did one and he talked in between the songs and he told stories.
No,
But
no,
if
no.
he's up on
This
stage
isn't-
doing that, that's
when
one
that's on
thing.
stage,
That's what I'm
that's
talking
what. No,
about, yeah.
this is like the days
They
before.
break away and
Oh, that. No, I
rehearsal.
thought-
No,
yeah.
I thought she was telling stories on
No,
stage.
no.
That I love.
This
yeah.
is behind the scenes, like practicing their
No,
moves,
that's-
whatever.
that's
If they
garbage.
want to do that, that's okay, but make that a separate documentary or show before
but
the concert
I
starts.
was able to fast forward through it, which is good. But Shakira was actually really good. I was surprised at her performing.
I don't think I know enough Shakira songs.
I know
I
one
knew-
song by her.
There were 5 that were in English, and I just happened to know all of them. The Spanish ones I didn't know, but she was still really
Yeah.
good.
I know Hips Don't Lie. The two
that's
ones
the
I
one
know
I
by
know,
her.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know
and-
the video. I don't know the song.
Oh, I know that
Yeah,
part.
you know the video.
Oh, I know it's
Let
the
me
Hips
tell
Don't
you,
Lie
she
part.
still looks that good. She
I
is
saw the Super Bowl a couple
47
years
or
ago, right?
something. She is phenomenal.
She was at the Super Bowl with J-Lo, right? 2 or 3 years ago.
That's the only part I know. Too,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's all you need to know. She was good.
Something Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
Brazilian?
Colombian.
Sorry. So
Yeah.
not Portuguese,
Awesome.
Spanish.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also not Brazilian. It's Portuguese.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Close
you know,
enough.
I was joking about that part,
and I
but they're
finally
not even
finished-
the same made-up language.
Yeah. I finally finished American Fiction, and I really liked it.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Jeffrey,
yeah.
Jeffrey Wright.
yeah.
Great
Yeah.
movie, yeah. I like that a lot.
And that's it. I mean, I was busy this week with Tara's birthday, and then the
Happy
Oh my
birthday,
God, when was
Tara.
Tara's birthday?
Wednesday.
I wish
Say
there one on
happy birthday to
Facebook.
her.
Oh, so you're a real friend. Yeah, real true friend right there.
I
Yeah.
didn't remember that. I would have texted her. I
That's
gotta put
okay.
that reminder on my phone.
And then with the baby shower stuff, so I didn't really get to do much.
Tara had a baby?
Yeah, she
You
did.
did. That baby's
Yeah.
having a baby. Baby's
Yeah.
having babies.
Babies having babies.
She must she's like 8 months along now, right? Or seven and a half.
Yeah,
So
well, yeah, she's got about a month and a half left to go.
how's she looking? Ready to have a baby?
Yeah, you know what? She really is just that
All
like
stomach?
that stomach. Like you have to see her from the side, and then you're like,
If you
oh.
see her from behind, she doesn't look
Yeah,
pregnant.
no, she doesn't. And even in the front, depending on the type of outfit she's wearing, you can't really tell. But then when she turns to the side, you're like, oh, there's the baby. So
That's
Yeah.
why I don't like pictures of the side from me either. Like, I'd rather not have,
My best side is from behind.
yeah,
a mile away and from behind.
exactly.
In a large group, in a large group
Yeah.
of people.
You're in the back. All you can see is your face.
As Rodney
That's my
Dangerfield
good
once
side.
said, if you want to look skinny, hang out with fat friends.
But yeah, so that's all I did.
Okay, I watched Tires. I finished that. We mentioned that. I finished South Park, The End of Obesity. That's a new special they have.
Is that on Paramount
Oh.
Plus?
Yeah, that just came out.
Yeah,
Did
it's
you
on
watch
Paramount
that?
Plus.
No, it's on my list though.
Cartman is trying to get on Ozempic.
Don't they call it like
Lizzo
Lizzo or something?
Wait, it's like Ozempic is for the people that
Are
can,
rich.
that can afford it and they deserve it, and then there are people that aren't get put on Lizzo, and that's just like body positivity.
Yeah. She live duetted that, like her live reaction to that
Did she
scene.
like it?
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
She did.
I was hoping
She
she
was
didn't,
a
like,
really
hate
good
it,
sport
yeah.
about it. No, she wasn't. At first, she was shocked when she first came up. Like you could see the full shock in her face. She was like,
What did they say
Holy
about me?
shit.
Oh my gosh, I'm on South
and
Park.
she's watching. And then when it got to like that, it was just about. Just be positive about it instead. Just be fat, be
it's a
positive.
really good
She was
episode. I
like, she
enjoyed
really,
it,
yeah, she really liked it.
And it's
I
the
was surprised.
hour-long ones
Yeah.
where they're doing the hour-long ones on Paramount Plus, like little movies. So
Yeah.
that was
Probably
really
watch
good.
it tonight. I didn't even know it was
Yeah.
out there because no one advertises
Yeah.
anything ever.
I only
so you
knew
don't, you
when
don't
I
know
came
about
across
it.
her
And if
TikTok.
you're only watching on streamers, you're not going to see commercials for
commercials.
somebody
Yeah.
streaming something else.
Yeah.
Although
so-
apparently now all my streaming services have commercials because we were watching
Oh, yeah,
something
me
on
too.
Amazon. Oh, we were watching
Yes.
Amazon has a
Amazon
thing now.
has
You have to pay like
commercials now.
$3 extra.
yeah, like
I'm
all of a
so
sudden it was a
mad.
commercial, like and not
Yeah.
just
But
a
they just
commercial.
put
It's
the
like 2
commercial in the
minutes of
beginning of the
commercial.
movie,
Yeah.
and then that was it.
I forget what it was we were watching, but it was
Yeah.
like 2 minutes of commercials.
It
at
happened
the
right for the
beginning.
Pope.
Yeah.
At Greenwich Village.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what I was
that's
watching.
what it
Yes,
was,
that
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Because I watched that on Amazon. It was right there.
That's too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dana
But, like,
hated it, by the way.
Our HBO.
You don't know that.
Our
I know.
HBO has commercials all
Well,
throughout
that's
now.
because we have like
Well,
the-
we have
the cheapest
we don't even have it. We have Logan's Friends version of it. I keep saying like we should team up with him and say we'll pay the extra money
Yeah,
to get the
we're-
non-commercial.
We're,
content.
I didn't know that
we're
was an
watching a
option.
20-year-old's like cheapest
Yeah, I think
HBO
that's
version.
The cheap version's like only $6-7.
Like I think they do Netflix
Oh.
with commercials now too. I
Yes,
just don't
they-
have
yeah.
that. Somehow I still pay the full amount for that.
So do I.
because-
I guess
And
you
I
don't
pay
have
for
my
an
old
extra
Am-
person.
Max
Netflix?
that I was using. Remember?
Oh no! This is
Yeah, I
Logan's
got my
buddies.
own now. Yeah.
The one thing I think I pay for now is Netflix and Amazon, but that's partially because of shipping too.
Yeah.
I watched the Beach Boys documentary
I also
on
watched that.
Disney.
I fell down a Beach Boys rabbit hole. Like I listened to the
didn't
first
they
like
should
7
talk to like
albums.
older people. They talked
Yeah.
to too many younger people.
I did not
Oh,
understand.
really?
Like, first of all, why were they interviewing Lindsey Buckingham? Like, what's
that
he got
made no
to do with
sense
it?
either,
And,
yeah.
and then was guy
Don Was,
Was.
but he's a producer.
But, like-
so I can see why they asked him some things
If
because
you're
he
gonna
produced.
if you're gonna interview anybody like that, at least interview like Stamos. Like he's been in the band for a long
He's
time.
he's performing with them right now, isn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just mean like he's been
Yeah,
a part of that
he's
for
been-
30
yeah.
years.
This was a Mike Love positive documentary because Mike Love. It was all like
they,
it was
they
like-
didn't really
they
go
didn't
into
the
depths
deep
of,
parts.
and they
of
didn't
it, yeah.
even mention the deaths at all. They just kind of at the end they were just like dedicated to Dennis and Carl. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could have put that
It
part
could have
in
been
there.
done better.
Yeah, I
Who
thought
were
it was-
the young people they were interviewing? Like musicians? Like young
For
musicians?
some bands. I can't even
Yeah,
think of their names.
I don't even know their names. They put them up, and I'm like, I don't even know who that is. I mean,
was
the
like-
one girl,
Yeah.
the black girl that they were interviewing, like, I was like, I want to know who she is,
Yeah,
but I
she
didn't
sounded
look her up. I don't know who
decent,
she is, but
I don't recommend
Yeah, I thought it was boring.
There's better,
I was like,
there's better
there's-
documentaries out there
Yeah.
and books and stuff to read on the Beach
that
Boys,
stinks.
too. I love the Beach Boys.
I listened
so
to their
it sucks
first
seeing that.
5 albums too. Instead of doing any of my albums of the day,
And you had a
stuff,
great time
I was like,
listening
I'm
to
just
that,
going
I
to listen to
bet,
Beach
yeah.
Boys music, and I listened to the first 5 albums, which takes about an hour.
Yeah.
Each album's like 20 minutes.
All right, the rest of the things I have here are movies. I watched Civil War.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
That is
Did you like
really
it?
good. I liked it a lot.
Oh,
Did
I
you see
can't wait
that?
to see that.
No, but I saw it's out there. That and
Oh, is
Fall
it out
Guy,
there
right?
now
Have you seen
too?
that?
Okay.
Civil War?
I heard it was good.
I like that a lot. The next one was The Fall Guy.
Yeah, you
I
liked it?
enjoyed that too.
That's
That was a
fun.
lot of fun. Dune Part 2. Finally got around to watching that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really good. And
Did you watch it? Oh,
He was with us.
Yeah, what?
Sorry. I forgot who was with
I
us
knew
on
he was
stuff
there.
like- Yeah, but
and the
Dana.
last,
I forgot
thing I
who
watched-
goes places with me.
the last thing I watched was Godzilla X Kong,
Also
the
great.
New Empire.
Oh.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
I watched it with Cameron.
Really?
It's just
It is so much
giant
fun.
CGI
It's
monsters
so much
doing
fun.
WWE
The
moves.
monsters are on there almost the whole
Yeah.
movie. It feels like so. Yeah.
Okay.
Michelle
A lot
and I
of
came home
monster
from
time.
doing all our errands on Friday because we were off on Friday, and we were trying to find a movie, and I was just like, oh, it came up recommended. Watch this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll watch that. Clicked on it. We're watching it for like, I'm telling you, like a half hour went by, and I'm like,
Oh, listen.
I really thought Godzilla was, or King Kong was going to be in this more because he's not been in it yet. Mm-hmm. And
That was a wrong
then
movie.
I'm looking at the people that are in it. I'm like Millie Bobby Brown and Kyle Chandler. I'm like, I'm like, I didn't know they were in this movie. And then I finally realized.
Did you finish watching it?
Yeah, we watched.
Did you watch
so that
it?
was
Yeah.
we watched
which
King of the
one was that?
Monsters.
That's the last
You
one.
watched the wrong movie.
That's
Oh.
the first one. That's the
Yeah.
so it
First
goes
one.
it goes Godzilla, the one with Bryan Cranston.
Okay.
Then it goes Skull Island with everybody, Brie
Right.
Larson and
Loki.
Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Captain Marvel, Loki, Nick Fury, Dr. Dre,
John
Eazy. Well, what would you say he's from? But I'm giving everybody's character names. But and then it goes Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and that's got Mothra. It's got
Mothra's in this one,
Ghidorah.
too.
It's got
Rodan.
and then it goes Godzilla versus Kong, and then it's this one. So
Oh,
so we
okay.
watched the King of the Monsters by accident, and then Cameron came over,
So you-
and then we watched the new one with Cameron because he had already seen
The
it in
new one's
theater.
awesome. I mean, I was shocked that it was that good.
So great.
It's on Friday.
I think it's a 91 for audience on
Oh, really?
Rotten Tomatoes.
Because it's
yeah.
exactly what they wanted. It's just giant
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
monsters.
So the show that was out. What the hell was it called?
Monarch.
Yeah,
Monarch.
has nothing to do with that.
But they took stuff from Skull Island for that, didn't they?
Well, that's
Because it's
part
all-
of the world.
it's-
I mean, John Goodman's in that first
right. That's
episode
what I'm saying.
of Monarch.
So they
yeah.
okay,
But they're not all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha.
and the
That's-
only good part is when Godzilla's in it. It's
Yeah,
all the only.
It's the
good
same
parts of
part.
that
It's
shit.
the same way like when Marvel first started doing the TV shows, and
Yeah.
never got referenced in the movies. No one ever
Yeah.
cared
Yeah.
about it. The TV shows might reference the movies, but the movies never reference the
Yeah.
TV shows. Same kind of thing.
Okay.
They talk about Monarch stations in this movie and stuff like that, but none of the ones that we saw
Yeah.
in the TV show.
Okay.
Not tied together.
I went to on Friday we're doing errands and Michelle was getting her hair did and stuff like that. So I was like, "There's a cigar store over there." I'm gonna go to the cigar store. So I went to the cigar store and came out, and there was a comic book store right next door. I was like, "I'm gonna go in there." There's a Venn diagram of people that would want to do both, and I am right in the center of that Venn diagram. I was like, "Cigars and comic books? Sure." I've been in a comic book store in a long time, and I was walking around. And they had a sale on trade paperback, so I bought the first 3 volumes of Invincible. And I read the first one over the weekend. Really good. I mean,
Yeah.
like if you've seen the show, it's the same kind of art, really, really well done art, and the storyline follows the TV show follows the comic. It's pretty good. So I got them for all of us because everybody watches the show in our house. So we're like, oh, now we can read the books. And then I have like 2 chapters left of Golden Sun.
Do you?
Yeah.
I gotta finish that. I
It's
started something else
much,
instead.
Much better than
Okay.
Red Rising. Like this is all-out war. It is chaos.
no, I
the
watched
entire
Civil
time.
War.
Yeah, no, this is much better. This
Is it
makes me
easier
want to
to?
watch the next one.
Okay. All right. Well.
Is it easier to follow?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of times where I was going to Connor. I'm like, did I know about this person in the last
Yeah.
book? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, I just wanted to make sure that they're talking about people. I'm like, I don't know who that is. But
Yeah,
there's also
okay.
people that were in the last book. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you can't throw like 50 names at me and expect
That's
me
a
to
lot.
remember all of them in the
Yeah.
next book and stuff like that. I remember like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And they're the main 5, but then there's a bunch of other people where they're just talking about them. I'm like, Wikipedia them. I'm like, can I get to a page that's not going to spoil
Spoil it. That's
if they
the other
die
thing,
in this
yeah.
book or the next book?
Yeah.
Like you never
Because you
want
look
to
them up and they're like died. And, damn it.
You got to pull up like Spark Notes, like you're in high school.
Yeah.
Spark Notes. I don't even know what that is. That like
Oh,
Cliff
that's
Notes?
like-
That's
yeah.
notes,
That's like what you would use in high school when you wanted to cheat and
It's
you didn't
like
want to read the book.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
the
it's like-
online version of Cliff's Notes.
It gives
Oh,
like
okay, I didn't
it gives
know
like
that.
summaries and like
Or, like,
character
instead of watching the
summaries.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, oh, I didn't do the summer reading. I'll just
Yeah.
look it up on the Spark Notes.
Pretty much.
Danny, what have you done for the last 24 years? Anything
Let
important?
me pull up my notes. I mean, nothing important
It's
really.
like the first thing I ever watched.
So right now, I'm almost done Invincible season 2
Okay.
because in typical me fashion, I started it and told Logan like, "Hey, I'm watching Invincible season 2. If you want to watch it together," and he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then 2 days later, he was like, "I finished Invincible season 2. Where are you?" And I was like, "I'm on episode 2."
I was waiting for
It's
you.
amazing.
I was like, "Oh, I
That is
stopped it."
he must have your mother's genetics in that regard because mom's the same way. I'm like, let's watch this, and she's like, okay. And then like one day on a Saturday, I'm playing poker, and she's like, yeah, I just watched that show.
Yeah,
I watched all
I'm
four
like,
hours.
Logan's like, "Oh, it's so
I
good." I'm
watched
like, "You
4 hours."
finished
I'm
it?"
like, what? I'm like, why wouldn't you just wait?
Yeah, right.
And then I'm also watching the Kanye documentary on Netflix called Genius.
Is that spelled
Jeez.
different?
It's JeanYuhs or something. It's something,
Oh
some
my
weird spelling.
God.
But it's like I'm like blanking on it. But it's a reporter or like a guy was writing. He was going to do like an article on Kanye when he was coming up in the music scene, but he met him once and he was like, "This guy is a crazy person." So he dropped everything that he was doing and he started following Kanye like from day one. So it's like him going to like his record label for the first time, meeting like there's like a shot of him like walking. It's like before anybody knew who Kanye was, and he's walking through like the record label, and like just Beyonce just walks by, and she doesn't know who Kanye is, and it's like him meeting like Pharrell Williams for the first time.
Yeah.
And they got this all on video.
It's like
pretty
it
cool.
starts from like 02, like
Right.
it's when he like started producing for Jay-Z.
That guy noticed right away. This guy
Yeah,
is
he was
nuts.
like, "This guy's a psycho.
Now,
Like,
is
I
this-
gotta follow him."
Is this sanctioned by Kanye or is
I
this
think
like,
so.
Oh, okay. So
I don't know.
not
Honestly-
100% honest then.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if he sanctioned it before he fell off the deep end.
Yeah,
or
when,
if,
when
like-
did this come out?
yeah.
Before or after the
Yeah.
the comments.
Hitler? Or,
Oh, yeah,
and
the
all that
anti-Semitism.
shit.
You know, he built roads. He wasn't that bad.
Trains ran on time.
And then, and I'm also watching Fallout
Oh, yeah.
because I played the games. And
How much of that have you watched?
I'm halfway.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it very much
Okay,
because it's
good.
also it's a good adaptation.
That's good. And I mean, Dana and I watched it, and we never played the game.
But,
We
I
enjoyed
don't
it
think
a
you
lot.
need to watch, play the games.
Well,
It's that
It
good.
probably
Yeah.
helps us.
Isn't
yeah.
it just like not have anything to do with gameplay, but just has all the aspects of it, like the overall
the
rules
overall,
of the world?
the overall wackiness
Yeah.
of just not wackiness, but like the
Yeah.
tone of like super dark apocalypse with just like wacky dialogue
Yeah.
and like the way the game works is like you have like charisma meter and like luck meter, and you can just like you're talking to a person and you just fail a charisma check and you just say like the autofill dialogue is like the stupidest thing, and they're like, "Oh well, now I'm gonna attack you," and like that happens in the show. So it's like I'm watching it, I'm like, that person just failed a luck check. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Does that mean we're gonna have a lot more video games being adapted into movies and TV shows?
I think
probably.
that's the
Well, they've
next.
done two really
that's
good
the
ones.
next.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
If they're doing so well, Last
Yeah.
of Us and this one are both doing really well.
I think
They have adapted so many books. Like they're probably
Yeah, video
running out
games
of
are next.
books. So they
Jeffrey
gotta
Wright
get the next thing.
signed on for a second season of Last of Us. I just
Yeah.
saw. So
Oh,
And maybe they'll do Sims.
Wait, was he in
I
that?
love the
Dude,
Sims.
Sims is awesome.
Animal Crossing, the
Oh,
movie.
another
the
great
TV
game.
show.
Animal.
Sim- I mean,
Great.
you can make
I-
any
Roller
movie.
Coaster Tycoon
Oh, damn it.
2.
I
Couldn't you
love
make
your
any
ta-
movie
I love
just
your
call it
taste.
Sims?
It's
Those
amazing.
Those are my kind of games. The Sims,
Oh,
Roller
yeah.
Coaster
Those
Tycoon.
games are awesome.
Yeah,
I like
especially
any type of
Roller
game.
Coaster Tycoon 2.
Yeah.
Forget 3. That was too much. It was
liked
great.
one.
Yeah, the
Two
original
is
is where
good.
I'm at.
I've been
Well, 2 I think is the original. Not original. Obviously there was 1, but
It's when they
2
perfected
is
it.
really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would still play it today. Every once in a while I get this urge. I'm
You
like,
play it on your phone?
no, that's too small.
Those
Either
phone
on my
versions are
computer.
never
Yeah.
good. The Sims and
Yeah.
it's never good on the phone.
You need
It's
an
just-
No.
iPad.
It's too basic.
I love The Sims, but Sims for me is just about building houses, where because you know the cheat codes and yep, I'm an expert at this
Yeah.
now, whatever. But the Roller Coaster Tycoon was about building roller coasters and watching them crash,
Yeah, you
Oh,
built the
yeah.
whole
Killing
park.
people.
drowning
right?
people in water.
But you
yeah.
built the whole park, right?
Built
you
a whole park.
You set like
Built
the
the whole
price
park.
to get
Even
in
if
and
I do
everything,
a
like-
park that's pre-existing to to beat those is fun, but building
They
it
have
from
all
scratch
kinds of games
is
like
fun.
that. You can build a city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Zoo
Yeah.
Where you're like,
Tycoon.
yeah,
I play Zoo Tycoon,
was
yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
And you just throw people in the
In the
tiger
tiger
den.
den.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey,
That's
see what
the best
happens.
part.
Or like, yeah.
You know
just
where
be a
else they
cloud
can
of
throw
dust.
people? Throw them out on Spreaker. Download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those fun things. We're the exciting and new podcast on all of our socials. The Jazoo on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast. I'm Jason.
AEGonzo1 on Twitter, AEGonzo1970 on Instagram. I'm Andy.
Dana Caps on TikTok, Dana Caps 77 on Instagram. I'm Dana.
And I'm Danny.
Danny's the one Gen Zer that doesn't have any social media. Well, him and Riley, I guess, didn't either. Good for you guys.
I'm trying.
Stay off the grid.